Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious. True Ali is happy when Moors are happy. Vixens wink fake lashes trying to trap me. 40 days and nights battling galore demons. This is not their land, hybrids can't be free men. If this is not their land, who's the immigrant thinking they're sovereign? Imagination figment, recessive is their status, lacking pigment. Game for the Thanksgiving, but no commitment to indigenous Moors they conquered with Bibles. Signs in the vitals and signs in the cycles, only to strangle, embracing my rivals. Free national standards, not playing with the tribals. Each Moor is their own Christ, not disciples. Whether hands or thoughts, no worshiping idols. Always carry my Moorish Quran, no recitals. Everyone will not process ancients' arrivals. Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Innate mystic ability to show and prove a lesson, coupled with the agility to move you with the message. Presence of divine mind to navigate you with a reference, urgent with a purpose, perfect. Emergent urban legends, real more is not a question or a choice or a preference. You are who you are, you should have the same obsession. Broke the same jewels to a dude, the corner, Jane and Western. What you reppin', all that effort, that direction keep you separate in a world of blind sheep. I was born to be a shepherd, mind like an elephant. Got the paws of a leopard, means I'm wise and I'm strong. Crank you up like I'm a record, take you to the body shop. Correct your lines to true vector manifestations. Matter, energy, and mind, spirit men unsung. Trey Young dropping dimes. Until you tighten up, you catching splinters from the pine. Clean the clouds out your thoughts, that's what keep you in the bind.
Initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious initiates of the sacred brotherhood of elite MCs. Raw mysterious.
Northgate, H2O flow, Chic, Canaanland Morris, Release Fall, Shalon Davis, salute, hot house, check it. They say they wanna learn, they only debate. Referencing the truth, trust me, they only sounding great. Study nationality before you question my estate. I'm not a minority, why you so late? Majority rules, here comes the test. Fact, that's my hand in the form of a V on the chest. That's a womb that is blessed like a moon and a crest. Major forever, infinite mindset. Major from birth, that's a seed in process. I'm a more that is easy to digest. Competent, never tyrannilious. That is my land, never faking. Sacred traditions, petitions for what you're not Jamaican. Westmoreland to Portmore, everybody needs more. If you please more, following the apostles, we should read more. I see the unseen more, we more. That's a fact. Canaanland.
They say they wanna learn, complain classes are too long. Don't want it on a phone call, energy too strong. Get it from the wrong source, now they way off course. Think they must be Muslim and give up on all sports. Should give up the red meat, must give up on all porks. Won't be yelling harder when the bottles are uncorked. Eating with the spoon, use forks for tuning. Eating humble pie, no ego ballooning. Samson 2 caterpillars, got him cocooning. As the full moon hung, spiral energy moving. Up through the crown chakra, energy shooting. And told me upload classes before live YouTubing. 16,000 subscribers, 20% consuming. 80% troll pretending to be tuned in. Comment on every video, pushing the thumbs down. Won't push the link when we live just like a clown. Pouring in the incompetence, always debating. Dissing Drew Ali, but won't give their location. His image on the black banner, that's placation. Just get him out of here, Yusuf yells in frustration. We know they're playing games, we're not berating. Calling 911, scimitars penetrating. In defense of prophets and mothers abused. And newly awakened Moors, amused and confused.
This is all 9 lives, synchronized in perfect step, time after time, averting certain death before you leave. Must relieve karmic debt, which beget this war within us. RC-Tech best, dust off records, our forebearers left. Put the needle to the groove, return to their mindset. Download begins, rewind cassette. Time is death, so then kill your clocks. This the will of Allah, filling you all to the rim and then some till it spills and it falls over all facets of the masses. Transactions composed in maxims, revising your cannons. Drove past heaven, it was littered with abandoned mansions where adverse possessed like 5 or 6. Gave them back their addresses, I got family moving in. Forget the madness, let the reversion begin.
Drew Ali the mastermind, other leaders asinine. Never dropping facts, use emotions to pass the time. Never make it on my shrine, Kundalini up the spine. Halo glow to aftershine, make you see the sign of times. Beeline to bloodline, Aquarian age flood mines. Rhyme like a plumb line, sometimes it's bun time. Rock mid-range deadly, all around the foul line. Playback on front line, Moorish is my guideline. Step and cause a fault line, throw your service offline. Watch them get outshine, cross me like a state line. Get cut like a brake line, F you and your concubine. Strangle with a fishing line, when I help is genuine. Always from the heart, all chakras are intertwined. Self you must redefine, more from the Sibylline. Not the clandestine, stake a vamp at chest line. Sun stay stationary, shadow left behind. Say you don't want to, not that you have no sign. See good in everything and how you must train the mind. Give out some love and find peace sublime. Water and the key lime keeps the body alkaline. Law should remain divine, not too much maritime. Get all 13 journals of the Moorish paradigm. Israelites from Saraline, my path is the narrow line. Thought you had the upper hand, I saw it like a tarot line.
I'm painting with the big pen, game 6. Unity about as crucial as game 6 of the finals. I'm glowing like I won a title, but Ellen Beta noble titles. Don't worship humans, that's a false idol. Heavenly vibes coming from my recital. Middle fingers to connivers and instigators. The truth to revive you like the liberators. So this a pump to the chest. Utilize what's useful and throw away the rest. My vegan ways will put the beef to rest. My calling got directed like receptionist. So think mother every time you see your crest. The Moors is here to put that bullshit to rest. So think mother every time you see your crest. The Moors is here to bring that bullshit to rest.
When I step in the center, they can tell I'm a winner, live my life right. Thank God log, I'm not a sinner, live my life like I'm passing through time. Disastrous crimes, you killing up my people, I'm asking your path is why. You feeling the energy rise, because we open our eyes. We see the yoke skies and all them cop picking lies. That's how I battle enemies, I be using my energy. I move like the centipede, in the mirror see tending me. Pay attention to tendencies, trying to mess up the chemistry. We can be one big family, I do it for the nation. How many gon' stand with me? I got the prophet up front and you're mad at me. Can't love a man that look like you, but it's sad to see. I'm just acting like the children watching and it has to be. Nationality got me feeling like a dad to beat. Grass sheep provide the beat and I just had to bring the heat. Khalifa society, Canaanland Moors, Morris connection, rise of the Moors.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law make civil literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J, Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants. Won't like go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pull magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence. Ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men.
Sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law make civil literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J, Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants. Won't like go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pull magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence. Ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch their lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send Brits again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch their lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take more science to the highways and hedges. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma send Brits again. Remain cautious, cause often they sin again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Islam honors to all Moors worldwide. Honors to Noble Drew Ali, our prophet. Honors to all of you. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Canaanland Moors Q&A Wednesday season 2. So this is more chat interaction, as far as your questions. If you've never been here before, the rule is if you have a question, put it in all caps, because I'm not going to be searching through damn 500 messages and all that stuff, hunting for stuff. So make sure you put it in all caps and do our best to answer. But we did get some emails though, so we'll check the emails and then we'll get to the chat after. So you can just if you got questions in the chat, just hold them for a sec so it doesn't get too lost in the chat. And then we'll make the call again. For you to ask your question. Oh yeah, and don't forget Canaanland Moors YouTube. Go check the playlist for season 1 Wednesday Q&A. It was 100 of those, so you go back, watch those, get yourself caught up if you haven't been there yet, and then go get the Back to Basics playlist, right? And there's about 30 of those. So you can go watch those if you haven't seen those yet. Right. And if you're new to even the Moorish paradigm, and you just think, conscious, black, whatever, go to the playlist and go watch the addressing the conscious, correcting the conscious, and stuff will come up. So one of the emails that we got in the week that said we're going to save this for now. So Church of Reawakening Minds was putting on some secret class or something, civics class. And they had USAR President Cannon Bay on it. That's who they're repping for. This is the same Church of Reawakening Minds that has Taj Street Bay up there on the Fridays, and everybody rushes over there because the master teacher is there. Right? And certain people haven't proclaimed their nationality or anything like that. All these years, they're next to the master teacher. They're still just a letter. That's still your name's just a letter. You've been with the master teacher all these years. But we already know master teacher's not going to say anything and all that stuff, so everyone go in there. But they had these secret classes where I don't know how long these have been going on, but Amor, I guess, who is in there, whatever. Obviously, this got sent to him. Right. They had these secret classes, so we just wanted to make sure to let you know, keep you aware, so you're not lost. And when you go research Cannon Bay, you're not going to get recent things. You're going to get, stuff from some years ago. So the Colonizer Court of Appeals for the 7th Circuit, Chicago, Illinois, March 2024. Christopher Cannon, defendant, and United States of America plaintiff. And it's talking about Christopher Cannon, who is a self-proclaimed public minister of Moorish Science Temple of America, used fake $50 bills to buy 3 televisions from Sears. After a jury trial in December 2011, during which Cannon was removed from the courtroom for disruptive behavior because he was probably in there with the sovereign BS talking dumb. Mm. And you could just go check, just go look them up. The stuff will come up. Remember, this is the colonizer court, so we're not validating some colonizer said or anything like that. We're letting you know that these are the mode of individuals you're dealing with. People who in their past life, before they found more science or whatever like that, they were running counterfeits and all that type of crap. And then they came into more science with that same thieving mentality, that same lying whatever mentality. And don't even let them talk crazy, because last 3 years been to Mecca. Honest to Kushday and Sunday Adel and all the other Moors near Mecca. And we went there. And we had the lecture. Free. The public place. Just walk in the building. Do you think any of these people show up? Any of these people who say that I'm wrong in what I'm talking about, you think they showed up to any of these lectures that I did going all over the place? Anybody with any issues? No one. People said they're gonna go 28 hours to be with the Moors. That's what they did to be with the Moors. And these people who you see online talking crazy about Canaanland and talking crazy about Grand Sheik Kudrow and whatever like that, all the whoever's, wherever we're at, even when we do stuff here, the people who talk crazy out here, they don't show up. They'll talk crazy in their little online chat room BS. They'll talk crazy in their little Zoom calls. These dummies don't think that people aren't in their little circles coming back and snitching. And what all you people are doing with your little Zoom meetings, private, whatever. All you're doing is confusing the people. And here they go. And this is who y'all repping for. Because Master Teacher's on there. The Master Teacher's there, so we're going to go there. Because that's the way there. Care if Master Teacher's on there. F Church of Reawakening Minds. They're full of BS. All they're doing is sucking the Master Teacher's energy. That's all they're doing over there. That's all they're doing. Not implementing anything that he's teaching. Nothing. Just sitting around just trying to steal your finance, which they already did that already. They still didn't get an account of where that finance went. Still sitting there like a big dummy, going over there. Now they're sucking your energy, going over there with these vampires. Do you know that they're vampires? They just took your finance. If they show an account that, oh yeah, we collected this went to whatever, all right, fine. Right? See, they're pushing USAR. You know how much of a fraud these people are? Why is Church of oh, that's why, because he's a pastor. And you know what the pastors do? And keep in mind, FOH with your BS. I'm not talking about the Master Teacher and all that stuff. I'm talking about this church. This church that has a pastor that brings the master teacher on there. Because I'm not seeing no elder bays or anything like that with the House of Reawakening, nothing. And whoever's mad, I don't care. You can go on there if you want to. This is your birthright. You go on there, learn from the master teacher. Why not? That's the master teacher up there. When all of a sudden your car stopped working or some BS like that, and you're like, well, how come? I wonder why. I wonder why I stubbed the F out of my big toe. I wonder why. Because your dumbass was probably on these people's stuff when you should be studying your prophet. Or you should be going to some other stuff that's out there. You know what stuff we have with Taj Tariq Bey? That's on our channel. That I have to do with Canaanland Moore's Taj Tariq Bey. You know what stuff's gonna come up? Stuff that even they had at their stuff. And up to now, people still doing the same BS. Haven't done anything for the Moors. They just suck the Moors' finance. But they know something for them. Find me 5 Moors that these people change their life. I'm talking about personal. Right? Moors gave me their bed to sleep. That's how personal we get with Moors when we deal with Moors. Because we're are we fam? Aren't we kin? Right? I'm in shotgun with Moors, and Moors are tripping that GS is in their shotgun. That's how personal it is when we deal with Moors. Because we already know that everybody's sold out. So we don't deal with every and any Moors. Because we already know everyone's sold out. We've been around too long to get played by a sellout. Just letting you know, be careful, be mindful where you get your information from. Because the ones who are presenting the information could be energy vampires, and they're stealing your energy when you go on their platforms. When you go on these platforms out here, be mindful that these individuals are also energy vampires. They're not just attention vampires. They're also energy vampires. So be mindful where you go. Make sure where you're getting your info from is just as sincere as you. If you don't know, you ever check when they send you stuff? You ever check to see who it is that put that stuff up? And this is years. Right? Because the type of stuff that happened on our channel, when we put the link out and all that stuff, people push the link, hey, how you doing? Welcome to and the stuff that they're doing. Okay, we know that something's up. We know that something's up. So be aware. Because people sold out. And they're gonna keep selling out. That's the messed up part. They're gonna get called off for being a sellout, and then they're gonna keep selling out. They want to talk your blood. Blah, blah, blah. Don't let them. Don't let them. It's a real thing. And again, people could say whatever it is that they want to say, right? I can see her sucking his energy when the live stuffs are going on and all that. I can see her roll her eyes and stuff like that when he's talking to her. Now, Dr. G, when he starts talking to her and she's rolling her eyes, turning her head, not looking at him when he's talking to her and all that stuff, they can play whatever little games that they want to play with the master teacher because he's sincere and he's kind-hearted and he'll do anything for anyone because he's just about getting the information out. And that's all great. That's him and his era. Our era, we're not playing with this BS, this placation BS. Let the man go and chill somewhere. Let the man go enjoy his life. Let him do what he wants to do. No, you don't give him any options. Let him pick what he wants to do. So I know it ain't no just sucking him until he transitions or something like that. You know, let he gave you enough info by now. You can't tell me he didn't give you enough info by now. If you're telling me you still need master teacher to give you info, you're an energy vampire too. You know, damn way that you're supposed to still needing some teachers or something like that after all the info that they've been put out already. All the lectures that they did, that we on DVD, that we on VHS, you went to the lecture, the classes that they did, the little lectures that somebody said, hey, can I get the little phone calls that people uploaded because they were sitting there and I will record this and they got a class for 3 hours. You don't think they did enough? You still want more still? You can't want more still. No way. You can't still want from the master teacher still. They can't rest. That's like in the oral statements when I talk about the more I have to tell the people, go home. The prophet needs to rest. Like, what do you mean you're lining up still? It's 11 p.m. He's been going since 5 days ago. Just because he's the reservoir of intellect, you're just gonna keep just going there. They got about 500 other reservoirs of intellect. You can't let the one that's been doing it the longest at least go chill for a little bit. Nothing. You're just gonna just grind them down to the bones. That's some selfish BS right there. That's some selfish BS. We already know, some people aren't in it for the heart. Some people aren't in it because it's the right thing to do and all that stuff. Some people are in this because they're opportunists. And knowing the truth about your nationality and birthrights is an opportunity for you to play somebody. Especially somebody who doesn't know. Especially somebody who doesn't know. Let's check this chat. No time for the BS. How much time we gonna be on this BS for? No time for the BS. And active. Don't tell me about some plates and some cards and all that stuff. Fix your family. How about be that active? How about be that active if your children are in the colonizer school, they're getting 100% like the other Moorish children. How about that? Chat seems chill right now. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. So first questions. Islam more honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. First question. Claims that the Circle 7 are plagiarized from two books, Aquarian Gospel by Levi Dowling and the second half of Rosicrucian book named Unto Thee I Grant the Economy of Life. Now those claims mainly are made by individuals who are looking at Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish movement from some Moorish Science Temple of America religious corporation only. This is how they're looking at it. Right? Now, what Noble Drew Ali actually did is he traveled and gathered this information. And it happens that the same information that he went out and gathered is the same information that everybody has that's claiming that they're on some esoteric sciences. If you go talk to Levi Dowling is going to tell you he got the stuff from Asia. Not his own revelations or something like that. He got the stuff from Asia. Drew Ali studied in Asia. He got certain information. Now, what the Rosicrucians and all of them take with Unto Thee I Grant, and they're taking those lessons and then they're applying it to their lives, and then their lives are proper, and then we're not getting these lessons, and look at us. Because everybody's going to talk about the Rosicrucians. They're somebody, right? They're not some nobodies. Everybody knows about the Rosy Cross, right? So if everybody knows, and it's based on these teachings, then Noble Drew Ali, he must be on some different mindset than if he's going to say, instead of taking from the Bible, or taking from the Quran, or taking from the, or taken from, and taken from, no. Prepared it, gave it to the Moors, so that we can get on the same level as these individuals who are said to be in the Lodge or the Secret Society or the Illuminati or whatever like that. There's a Moorish equivalent to all that Black Pope and the White Pope and the Jesuit. What? There's a Moorish equivalent to all that. That's our stuff. We just, we only want 1 degree. They got 720. So Drew Ali was bringing all these lessons back to us, but in a compact form. So you don't have to go out there searching, hunting for other. You just read this stuff right here. You'll be straight. Because those people out there who you say are the whoever, they got this, and look how good they're doing. Hear them complaining? They're rather comfortable, right? What are they living comfortable off? Your incompetence. So then you probably get competent so you could balance out the scales. Wouldn't that be the next logical thing? So Drew Ali did all that work for us with that book. The Holy Quran, Circle 7. Noble Drew Ali specifically because he didn't use the whole book. Right? Hold on. Damn telemarketers. And so Drew Ali taking these verses and putting them in our literature so we can have something for ourselves. He didn't take everything that they had. He took selected lessons. Right? And you don't have to go far and beyond for it. He did everything for you. All you have to do is study it and apply. So if Drew Ali plagiarized, then Levi Dowling plagiarized. Because that's not his stuff. Aquarian Gospel is not his stuff. If it's the Aquarian Gospel, Aquarian is before Levi Dowling, isn't it? Isn't Aquarius before Levi Dowling? So he plagiarized then. No, but nobody's gonna go there and talk about he's plagiarist. Right? You're not gonna go there. Haile Selassie and the conflict with the lineage. You have to elaborate on that one because I don't know about what conflict with the lineage. Remember, everything is matriarchal. That's why he's the only emperor to get coronated with his empress on the same day. Because it was matriarchal. And that's why they might say, oh, he's not the real or whatever like that, because he broke. No, he's honoring the matriarch. Supreme honoring the matriarch. But nobody else decided that they're going to have their empress with them getting coronated. Let's go check the pictures of all the Ethiopian kings and emperors and all that. And then you can see most of them is just them. So when he said honors to her, that's the true lineage. That's the real lineage. You could also get the also go to the Khalifa Media and get the nationality book. Because the whole idea of that was to bring it to light about this connection. And it's a lot it's a lot deeper if we look at it from a different perspective. So the whole point of, where is it? All right. So when I first wrote the book, it was based on lectures that I did before called Ras metaphysics, because the being in the Rasta, it was about, you know, getting the Rastas to see the metaphysics more or deeper than they were looking at it. And then in doing all that research, and then the Moorish paradigm, because it was just going to be about Haile Selassie and Marcus Garvey. And then when the Moorish info got added in, then that's what put it all together. So the metaphysical aspects of the Haile Selassie and Empress Menen connection, that's what I talk about in the book. One of the highlights was when Haile Selassie was going to the Menelik school, his teacher was a Bey, Hannah Bey. Now, if that's not a connection, then you're probably Bernie getting carried around. But I look at the, you know, I look at the works. They can say whatever about lineage and all that, but based on many of his speeches, he was about the people. He was about peace on earth. He was some dictator, whoever. Next question. The claims Moors worship science and not Allah. Well, Allah is science. Dr. Kaba has a lecture. Dr. Kaba Hiawatha Kamene has a lecture. Spirituality is unseen science. Science is seen spirituality. And that was from when we were on our metaphysics. And we did lectures with Dr. Kaba. And again, using the platform to get the message out. This is when we were black guys. Conscious black guys. So by the time we get to more science, we know that man and Allah are one. And if I'm a more scientist, then science is Allah. The science, there's no lying in science. It's only truth. From the science of the moss existence to some underwater, whatever you never seen before. There's a science. And it's great. That's how you know that it's Allah. Imagine we didn't have periodic tables and all that. You know, and then you're thinking about how to finding that out. The people who drank the wrong herb, not knowing yet. So try this and see what it does. And we take for granted now that we can just go and pick whatever it is and buy whatever. The science. So whoever's claiming Moors worship science and not Allah. They said Moors worship science and Allah. Because we're more scientists. So if we're more scientists, if we're more scientists, you probably know something about the science. Or you wouldn't be a scientist. Let's check this chat. Harem Key, that was my book right there. I used to walk with that. Yeah. Honest all the more is in the chat. How come Nine Feathers does not know third grade geography? Yeah. Let's ask them people. People who follow those jerkies. People who follow those jerkies. They're a lot of the problem. Because the people have you could only say allowed. People have allowed the BS to continue because they want to remain not knowing. They want to be in a state of not knowing. Question 4. The concise steps to getting your nationality card and correcting your status. There are Moors who have taken what Noble Drew Ali brought and really embraced it from a perspective of it being more than expected. Right? They had a perspective about what this was, and then until it was absorbed, they really didn't get it. Those Moors have imparted, just in conversation, Bill McMoores all over, that the best thing they did was not have a nationality card, because it allowed them to learn the information without this this crutch, this piece of plastic. It was more to them. It was more to them, so that by the time they got to the part of the nationality card now, they're not looking at it as the card is what makes them who they are. The card doesn't make them who they are. Their mindset and their spirit, the frequency that they're vibrating on, is what makes them who they are. But if you're going that route of, the identification card and correct the status and whatever, I haven't heard anybody say it failed yet. But you're either going to take this from the perspective of study it to know what it is. Like, study it to know what it is. And not only study it, but when the student is ready, the master always appears. And the master is going to be self. And self is going to direct you. Because there's no wrong identification. Because we have the right to self-determination. We identify ourselves, right? You got two pieces, then hey, you're good to go. You shouldn't have an issue. It's about how and who are you getting it from? Going back again to the thing with the energy. Where are you getting your information from? You trust them people who you get your information from? Well, it should be the same thing with your identification. Like, it shouldn't be some random that you haven't fact checked, you haven't researched, you just want this thing, so you're just going to go to these people because they say they got it. So majority of the Moors have gotten their identification either through Moor Science Temple or through the Great Seal. And there's also from the indigenous way, claiming they're Moors as well. You can't say you're the tribe. And the only one that did it and it was acknowledged on a certain level was the Empress of the Washita. And so there were, and this is from when this was presented to us, right? Yeah, the Washita, they were telling you correct your status and get your identification. Great Seal National Association of Moorish Affairs was telling you correct your status and get your nationality identification. And Moor Science Temple was telling you correct your status. You're not Negro, black, colored. You're Moors. You have a nationality. What's my nationality? Moorish American. What's your nationality? Moorish American. You just proclaimed it. You're declaring it to the world to let them know that this is your status. And a high percentage of the time that's done in presentation. It's not done in identification. It's done in you being who you say you are. You just being who it is that you say you are. And don't be moved. It's just so there's no um oh, you do this, is that? There's no concise, because this is about, this is yours, right? This is not something that we should have to be doing. There's supposed to be one fountain of knowledge that we're all going to go get, and then we're going to bring it back and apply it to our lives, and it's going to work. Like that's what with Noble Drew Ali and everything that he was doing. That's what that was. And then everybody was going to the fountain. But it was going to that one well. And they were getting all their questions answered. So we're supposed to be already at the knowing stage. If we're talking the time frame that we're in now, we're supposed to be already in the knowing stage, past the knowing stage, and we're into fruition. And we would have came out the womb knowing who it is that we are. We wouldn't need a nationality card and all that stuff in that case, because your nationality card would be the same as the stuff that you got right now. It would just be Moorish. You know, a Moorish birth certificate, the Moorish credit card, the Moorish bank that you got your mortgage at. It's not going to be some colonist. So the quote unquote process, we say start your studying at rvbaypublications.com, and you would eventually get to that place of getting the identification, right? And all that is in line with the correcting the status. So don't look at it as the 5 steps to there or more. And then you're running over those guys because it's step 1, your banking information. Step 2, you need your banking information. Step 3, you can either do Cash App or Zelle or PayPal or 4, you need your banking information. If you think those are the 5 steps, you're probably going to end up getting played. So, knowledge is really where it's at as far as correcting your status. And then once you have the knowledge, now you're the nationality card. And would be time for you to start being. I mean, no, there's a lot of purposeful confusion going on. And it's by people who should know better. Which that's why I get where you're going with, the concise, because there's so many different traders out here running that game of come on over here to us, we'll help you do the whatever. You shouldn't. If the market's saturated with something's up. Caveat emptor. Buyer beware. Beware, buyer. It's because somebody's trying something. If you have any questions in the chat, put it in all caps. I don't generally shorten much. Morse don't abbreviate. You got those I need lessons. How you abbreviate? You don't abbreviate. Rip you. Peace be unto him. Yeah, that's too much to say. Just, PBUH. Shorten it. Make it shorter. Yeah. Don't let anyone sell you your shoes. Let me see if there's any more questions in there. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Oh, 2 more here. Okay. Let's see what's good. GS Islam. How old would Prophet be if he was on the earth plane today? 2005, 1886, 139. Yeah. Because it was 43 that he got assassinated. Yeah. He's a man. Definitely the man. Yeah, that would be some good ones. See the Prophet as an elder. Him as an elder would be. I'm new to consciousness. Peace. I'm new to consciousness. I came into knowing thyself through phase 1 music. What do you think? He also speaks about Malachi York. Is there a connection to the Moorish? I think phase one's good stuff is the letter to stuff when he's writing the letter to all the different rappers and whatever. That concept's pretty good. And he had some good ones. He had some good ones. Calling them out. You know, whatever personal relationship he has with these people. He has files on all them people he's talking about. The connection to the Moorish is he's talking about Dr. York. Let's just pull up some stuff. Let's see. If they have it online. Okay, we could use this. Okay, so talking about Dr. York. UNNM.net. UNNM.net. The Great Seal of the United Nuwapian Nation of Moors of the World. Where do you think they got that from? Divine and National Movement of the World. That's where they got that from. But you notice they said Nuwapian Nation of Moors. Nation of Moors? So they're Moors. So there definitely is a connection with them. Like 100% there's a connection. Yeah. UNNM Citizenship and Naturalization. Introduction to UNNM Naturalization and Citizenship Process. Right, UNNM Naturalization. Why are they telling people naturalization? They're not supposed to be going to naturalization. If they're a nation of Moors, why are they naturalizing? Naturalize. Dual citizenship. So they know that they're Moors, right? Nuwapian Circle 7. And there's the Nuwapian Holy Quran. Nuwapians have their own Holy Quran. But that's why they're over there talking about naturalized, because the people who naturalized them, the people who brought them in, who brought the Nuwapians in through Dr. York, why he's L and all that stuff, are the naturalized people. The naturalized people are part of the sellout of Noble Drew Ali, because they didn't find anything where Noble Drew Ali said naturalize somebody. Nowhere. Nowhere. Mm. So Nuwapians are Moors. They have their own Holy Quran and all that. Now, are they going to talk about that they're Moors and all that stuff? Probably not. So don't expect it. That's just for you to know that they know that they're Moors. Their constitution and all that stuff talks about them being Moors. Their seal talks about them, they're Moors. So somebody's playing games. If they know so much to naturalize you, then they're playing games. They know more than you think. Don't fall for it. They're supposed to be teaching people about their nationality and their birthrights. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And if they're not doing that, then somebody's playing you. They can't talk about naturalize and not know about Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff. And we know they know about Noble Drew Ali and all that. So they're playing games with you. And then they splintered off into so much separate, different parts or whatever like that since Malachi York L got kidnapped. Who knows? Who even knows with them? Right? But again, I always go back to the foundation. And when you go back to the foundation, you're going to see that all these people studied from Noble Drew Ali and just don't want to give him his credit. Oh, one of the going back to the ID question. Going back to the ID question, one of the Moors sent the honor roll certificate. The honor roll certificate for their heir, who is a free national, King Bey. It's on the certificate. So King Bey, knowing that he's a Moor, it's on the certificate for honor roll. You see how behind we are? King Bey is an honor roll, and it's on the certificate that he's a Bey. And we're talking about we need ID. How do we go about getting ID? You see how behind we are? We're supposed to be out the womb with this info. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But this Bey is on honor roll. So the message, if you don't get it, the message is to give it to the heirs. You don't worry about your elbows already burning you. Give it to the children. Let them do something with it. Make them proclaim their nationality. Let them know the truth about who it is that they are through you, parent that's teaching them. Right? And have them have all their documentation say that they're Bey or L or whatever. How can they know that we are not Moors when their fake ass club is called Moors? Because you're gonna, for example, we tell this story all the time. We go to a temple in Pittsburgh because we went to Pittsburgh to do a lecture out there, and some of the Moors said, "Yo, let's go visit the temple. Since we're in Pittsburgh, we might as well go to the temple that's here." So we Google them up or whatever, found out where the temple is. So we go to the temple, go there, knocking on the door. Nothing, no response, nothing. There was another door kind of on the side. So one of the Moors go over to that door, and then he comes back to us. No, actually, we go over to the door because the door has a mail slot on it. This Moor is looking in the mail slot and sees people inside, looking at him, looking at them through the mail slot. So now everybody's down there now. Everybody's looking through the mail slot now, right? Everybody's taking their turn, right? Looking in. So they come to the door. And they come outside and close the door behind them and talk to us outside. That's a fake club. That's a fake Moorish whatever. Because if they were real, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be like that. And then when we looked in the mail slot, on the wall, they have the reincarnated prophet, this big ass picture, and then this little picture of Noble Drew Ali next to it, like some little nothing picture of Noble Drew Ali. And the reincarnated prophet picture was some big ass framed and shit like that and whatever. Right? So that's an example of the fake Moors. And then once you see it, you just know what it is, right? And once you know what it is, you can't unknow it. You know what I mean? So, we'll talk about it. We'll let you know. These people are fraud. You can do whatever you want with that info after. Islam. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is where we're at. You got to be mindful with who you're dealing with, because some of these Moors are running fake ass clubs and stuff like that are doing nothing for anybody, serving no purpose, zero. Those are not the ones that you want to be getting your info from and all that. No, we're here. Season 2, Q&A Wednesdays. Honors to all the Moors for their time. Don't forget, if you're fairly new, just go to rvbaypublications.com and start studying, and then go download some of those PDFs and stuff like that and get some studying going on. Supreme honors to all the Moors in the chat. Love and peace to all the Moors. All the Moors, no matter what your age is, honors to you. Supreme honors to Noble Drew Ali, our prophet. Oh, there's a question. How should Moors respond when the lower self... Hold on, let me get back to that. How should Moors respond when the lower self manifests through betrayal, abandonment, or self-sabotage, especially in family or ministry? Well, if the lower self manifests, well, the only thing that would manifest through betrayal, abandonment, or self sabotage is the lower self. And if they're not interested in being in the higher self and they keep going through this revolving door of betrayal, abandonment, and self sabotage, probably best to stay away from those people, especially in family or ministry, because it's only going to bring everything down or make things worse or whatever, you know. So, you know, because I don't think it's worth the risk to continue getting betrayed, because it's only gonna torment your soul. So probably best to not be around that. Probably best to stay away from that. You know, again, we go through the lessons. You know, it's really about us, you know, not being in our lower self. You know, so there's a standard that we should be moving toward, and if people aren't moving toward that goal, then you don't need wasting your time with them. What's the sense? They're only gonna betray you. You know, they're only gonna betray you again. You gotta go through that again. Why? How about just don't deal with it? In that situation, Pittsburgh, should justice not be served swiftly, or is that me and lower self? No, for sure justice should be served. You know, but they're gonna get theirs from Allah. They ain't gonna, you know, I'm not, hey, do your thing. Everybody has a right. You know, everyone has the right to whatever decision they make. That's up to them. All I know is my decision is if they're that bad, if they're that much of a traitor, they probably know people with jails and prisons and all that stuff. And they call their friends too easy on me. Let Allah deal with them people. Because I don't really need to go to their temple or learn nothing from them or anything like that anyways. If it's like that, you know, I don't need anything from them. They're not going to come present something to me to make me say, oh yeah, let's go ride with those Moors now. No, they already messed up. They're done. Yeah, they were definitely inside trying to be quiet. That's a fact. And yeah, supreme violation. They should have been opening the door, welcoming us in, giving us plates of food and all that stuff. They should have been treating us proper. They should have been treating us right. But they didn't. But you know, that's their jurisdiction. They can do whatever they want in that. They didn't even have a sign saying Moore Science Temple of America on it. It was just a building in a lot. Its own building. You know. Yeah, justice should have been swift. If the lower self is the shadow and the higher self is the light, what is the role of the Divine Mother in reconciling the two within the Moorish framework? Well, The higher self is the mother. Right? That light is the mother. So the whole idea of the Moorish framework is to return to the matriarch. So I Juali's holding her. That's why Ruth the Moabitess. That's why I have a greater respect for womanhood. That's why, what is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of virtues. The mother. So that's it. It's going toward that. She's the inspiration. She's the inspiration. Mhm. Like the light is her because the light is knowledge. Light is wisdom. Wisdom's not masculine. Knowledge isn't masculine. The light. Right? When they talk about the knowledge with the Greeks and all them, it's feminine names. Who do you think they get that from? Who do you think they're copying? So there'll be no need to have some type of reconciliation with the lower self. You could just be the higher self. You know? There doesn't have to be any type of communication between higher and lower self. Just being the higher self. Yeah, but the lower self that's what the lower self's supposed to do. It's supposed to get you not to be in the higher self. That's that's what's going on. That's the point. The lower self has a goal. Embrace you. You think it's about that. You want to be in the higher self. Stay there. Whenever you find it, you find 1% of it, then you stay there. Feed that 1% flame of higher self. Them sisters say, free your mind and the rest will follow. Mind, right? Higher self, right? Higher. Lower self is the lower part of the body. Higher self is that. The mind is that. The mind's not in your knees. What is the role of the Moorish Holy Quran in revealing the inner meaning of Islamic law? And how does it differ from the Quran of Mecca? Well, all the Quran of Mecca did was give us authority to speak from Islamic perspective. But, like we said in Act 1, empower to make law and enforce law. And if we're self-sufficient, which is UN declarations of rights, and everybody knows that Islam is I self-law master, and the Holy Quran is literally for us to better ourselves. Right? Islamic law isn't Shia and all that stuff. That's not what it is. Thyself law and master law is know thyself. You're the law. You're the law and you're Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. So the Moorish Quran, our Quran, is really about divine law. It's about getting yourself right in the divine. And when you get yourself right in the divine, then all the other law is going to be is going to bow to its knees. And remember, Juali is all about foundation, going back to origin, not the mundane, the esoteric. Like we're self-governing. We can say Allah and all these things in peace. Without having to be, looked at as well, how come why don't you pray 5 times a day if you're Islamic? I study the Quran that Juali brought for me. I don't study Muhammad Quran. It's there. I could read it if I want to, but it never brought me nothing to save myself. That prophet is for a certain people. I have my prophet. My prophet. How do Moors cleanse and consecrate their temple, mind, body, and spirit to stay in tune with the vibration of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice? Well, I've been on vegetarian since '90 something, like mid to late '90s, and then adding on to that the alkaline diet more than the acidic. Reading right books, reading good books, having good conversation, having good people around me with proper energy, making sure I'm in nature, making sure getting vitamin A, B, C, D, all the way down to all the different schools of thought that have their way of how to cleanse, detoxing, whether it's taking breaks from things that are very regular to actually looking at the different organs and detoxing those things individually. And once you're doing the things to honor the temple, then you would be in harmony with the vibration of the 5 principles. Like I don't know many I don't know many people who are, you know, it doesn't matter what they eat and all that stuff, that they're on some messed up mindset or whatever like that. Like they know just like I do. You know, they know thyself too. So it's not just a diet thing. That's a personal preference. I'm vegetarian, but I know cow eaters and moose eaters and all that who I got a better conversation with than some vegan. That's on some black whatever, you know. So the cleanse and consecrate mind, body, and soul, mind, body, and spirit, mind, body, and celestial bodies. Um, there's many ways you can go because there's just so much. There's so many ways. But there's definitely, it could definitely be done. Giving honors to the temple and cleansing it properly and be in tune with the principles. Yes, it could be done, but everybody's different. So there's different ways that individuals will go about doing that. If you have any other questions, just send them to the email. We'll deal with those next week. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Just a reminder, email your questions that we didn't get answered, and we'll deal with those ones next week. Love and peace to all the Moors. Islam.